The photos of me?
Oh, yeah.
I'm tired. All right, you guys all ready? Everybody hear me all right? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I hear you.
All right, I got Tasha and Taylen here for you. I'm going to see if I can squeeze them both in. Is the volume up on this thing? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, Natasha. I'll direct this one to you first, if that's all right.
Sure,
I want to ask you about the person sitting to your right. What did you see from Taylen today? Was she nervous before the game? I want to get an accurate kind of diagnosis of that situation from you.
Yeah, like she done this a million times. She looked like a young me out there. I was very impressed.
Taylen, is that a compliment to be a young Natasha Mack? I think so.
Of course, always.
Nah, she's her own person. She's really great. She's improving game by game.
Taylen, yeah. I wanted to ask you, it was your first Bedlam game. How did it feel to be out there? Your first conference game, really? Did it feel different from all the non-conference games you played earlier?
Definitely, especially because this was our first on the road game. So we've been playing at home this whole time, and then to come here and this be our first conference game against OU, it was definitely a lot to take on your shoulders, but we came out here and got the job done.
No doubt. I guess, were you surprised at how well you played? Just the way you were able to, have your first road game and have your first non-conference game and everything like that. You kind of look back, were you surprised that way? I actually had a pretty good game.
Coming here, I felt a lot more ready than what I have been the past couple of games. So I knew that I was going to have a better outcome this game because I could just tell from the moment I stepped on the bus that I was more ready for this game.
And Taylen, I also wanted to ask you about maybe just the intensity down there. Did it feel like Bedlam, just an intensity, or was the feel of the game actually in the thick of things there? Was it intense?
Yes, everything played into it. I knew that I had to lock down all 40 minutes of the game. I knew that even when I was tired, I couldn't rest. I had to stay with it.
And Taylen, my last question is, in 10, 20, 30 years, what will be your favorite moment that you like to think back on of your first Bedlam game?
I would just say the energy that we brought. I feel like we came out a lot better, and I just feel like everybody was connected, everybody was on the same page. So just the vibes from everybody on our team, we were just all together, and I feel like that's something that I'm never going to forget.
Certainly not. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Taylen. So I was going to kind of follow up on that a little bit. And so how did this game kind of differ from Tulsa a few days ago in terms of how you guys came out and played at the beginning?
With rivalry games, you always have to be on your A game. You always have to be playing your best. Everybody kind of knew that. Everybody was thinking a lot differently and thinking the best ways that they could make an impact in this game. And I feel like we all knew that. We all came together and we were just all connected and playing on the same page.
And then, so playing away from home for the first time this season, what was different to you, saying that this is the first college game you've played away from home? How did this one differ from the first 5 games?
I would say, well, for the first 5 games, we were all playing back-to-back at home. So actually coming here was a little bit refreshing to get just to play in a different atmosphere.
And then Natasha, so the defense at the beginning of the game really I think it changed a lot of what OU was running. What did you see from just the defense in basically the first half, and then how did that kind of influence the rest of the game?
Honestly, we just knew we had to come out with a lot of energy and push the ball up and down the floor. We had more numbers than they did.
And did you think that just them not having a whole lot of depth, did that really influence this game at all? And in what way did your guys' having extra depth kind of have an impact?
Well, we had a bench full, so somebody got tired, next one in, we just kept pushing up and down, which in terms, it's not good for them. Hopefully all the players come back soon. But we took advantage of what we could, and we kept high intensity the whole game.
And then whenever OU kind of went on that run late in the game to kind of make it a little more competitive than what it was. And then coach called timeout. What did that timeout discussion kind of go like, and did that kind of get you to the finish line?
Honestly, the game is not over. Anybody can come back. Anybody could still, score points. We couldn't let up.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Natasha, what changed there at the start of the third quarter for you and for the offense in general? That was when you guys really took off on that big run.
We knew all we had was 20 minutes left to keep the foot on the gas and do what we can do best. Our thing is we have to keep high energy the whole game. We can't expect to be up by 20 and not the other team not hustle back.
Thank you.
Anything else for the girls? All right, thank you. I'll be back with Coach.
Hey, Coach.
How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing fine, guys. It's a good win. Anytime you go on the road and win on the road and get a Bedlam win, it's nice. I'd like to finish it a little better than what we did and play with a little more confidence than we did at the end, but there were a lot of positive things in between and things that we can build on with this group.
Coach, I guess. Oh, okay. Go for it.
All right, sorry, Jacob. No, Coach, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Taylen Collins. She had a bunch of points, rebounds, assists, steals, everything. But what did you see in her tonight?
Well, first of all, Tay's an Oklahoma kid from Muldrow, Oklahoma. Her dad played on the Final Four here. She loves Oklahoma State. Her family loves Oklahoma State. And she's a young kid, but she understands the meaning of Bedlam. And I thought she just played and showed tremendous heart. Did a great job on Gabby Gregory. Gabby's a kid that has started ever since she's been here. And Gabby got some shots late and some points late, but I thought she did a tremendous job of locking her down. And then if you saw the move that Tay made and the reverse layup on the baseline, there's not many kids that can do that. So she's an exceptional talent. She's a better person than she is player, and she's fun to coach, and I'm glad she's at Oklahoma State.
How important is that to know the meaning of Bedlam? Something that only comes around twice a year, but I'd imagine in these Bedlam games, it lends a lot of trust in her as the coaching staff.
No, I mean, it does. And, I made it a point. I knew what our fans feel about the Bedlam situation in every sport. And we've stressed to our players that Bedlam is not one of 18 games. Bedlam's the most important game on the schedule. And we will always approach it that way. So that's why it's good to come in here and get a win.
And Coach, there was a fun moment in the press conference with both Natasha and Taylen where Natasha said, Taylen looked like a young Natasha Mack out there today. Do you kind of have that same thought? And, I'd imagine, hey, that's pretty good, right?
No, that is good. And Mack does a good job of leading this team. She's so positive. The influence she has getting kids up and all of that. And she's been a good leader and been a good mentor for Tay and the rest of the team. So that's a neat statement. That tells you got two kids that care about each other right there.
Certainly. Well, congrats on the win, Coach, and safe travels back.
Okay.
Coach, so in a few of the previous games, maybe not the best starts, and you guys were kind of behind the 8 ball early in a few of those, but not this one, and you guys were up early in this one. How big of a difference was that, and was that something that was nice to kind of have that kind of flexibility that early on in the game?
Well, we stressed that about you could win games in the first 5 minutes of the game and the first 5 minutes of the second half. and we got a good lead in there, and then we didn't finish the last 5 minutes like we would have liked to have done. But it's important, especially on the road, that you win the first 5 minutes of the game. It's just really crucial, and I was proud of our kids for coming out and doing that. They really did a good job locking down defensively. They didn't miss any assignments, and were pretty spot on the way they defended to start the ball game.
And then
I want to say this too, that Lauren Fields had 8 points tonight, and that's important to us. 6 rebounds, but we said going in, we know that Gabby Gregory and Taylor Robertson are going to get their points. They've been proven in this league for a long time. We said we cannot look up at the end of the night and have Tot have 10, 12 points like she's been doing. And you look at the box score, and she had 3 points and forced 4 turnovers. So that's important that those players that are their secondary scorers don't get going, and Lowe did a really good job. We got good minutes out of Micah Dennis off the bench tonight, came in and hit a couple buckets. She's got to shoot better free throws, but she gave us a positive minutes off of the bench.
So it was no secret that OU really was kind of short on their depth, and they didn't have a whole lot of people coming off the bench. But what did you guys kind of do to kind of keep everybody fresh whenever they were on the court, and how do you think that influenced the game at the end?
Well, I think we did a good job of resting some people, and we got tired though. We expended a lot of energy on it, and you know, it's got to be tough for these kids, and I know they were missing a really good player tonight, but I think everybody sometime or another is going to go through that, and you don't want anybody to be out of games anywhere around the league. You know, I just pray for safety for all the teams and the kids, and you know, really concerned and want everybody to be well for sure.
And then my last thing for you is down the stretch, whenever OU kind of made that big run, I think it was 14-0 run to make it, I think, a 10-point game. And then you called timeout. What was that timeout like? What did you kind of say to calm everybody down?
You know what we were doing? We were, in sports, this term comes up. We were playing not to lose instead of playing to win. And we were trying to hold on, and that just doesn't work in any sport. You know, it's like people say about the prevent defense. It prevents you from winning sometimes. And we were playing not to lose instead of playing to win. We got stagnant offensively. We quit guarding. We had 2 times in a row where there were transition threes where we didn't get back, missing some free throws. So we got to grow out of that cautious hold on mentality and get where we finish ball games.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you, guys.